Hey you guys, what's up? What's up? So let's get into another episode of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Yay! I love reviewing this show, guys. I like so much enjoy this show. This is episode 4. So season 2, episode 4. And we got a lot, like it's a lot. And I noticed they posted that it's day 6 of 15 days. And they got a lot going on. They got everybody fighting with everybody, all kind of serious issues coming up. It's a lot. Like, I don't even know if I could deal with that. That sounds like a lot. That sounds like more intense and crazier than some of the housewives shows. But yeah, so we got here. The episode starts off with the night after everybody was screaming and getting too drunk and dealing with stuff, with Noelle feeling embarrassed. How she feel embarrassed and rejected by Alex, and then she goes into it, just symbolizes, reminds her of feeling rejected by her dad. Like her mom separated when she was only 8 months old, and she has been trying to reach out to him. And I'm kind of getting choked up about it, because I feel really sad for her about this. She's been trying to reach out to him and she's gotten no response. So that really sucks. And I can see why that rejection that she felt hit her so hard, because they showed her in her room crying that night or the morning after, or something like that. So yeah, it was that night. So that was really sad to see that. And then we have Jordan and Summer the next day having a conversation about, Jordan basically tells Summer, like, that night when you left our car, you started yelling through the house about how you was there for me and was holding me when I was going through my situation about my hair. And Jordan's like, I don't see why you felt the need to bring that up and discuss that. Like, why did you feel like you need to bring that part up? And I feel like I was violated by you for you doing that, because that was something I shared between just the two of us. And Summer was basically like, well, yeah, I understand that. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, or, making any type of violation. I understand why you're mad at me about that. And then they're like, are we good? And they're like, okay. Well, they both was kind of like, it was weird. It seems like editing or something, because Jordan and, well, I think Summer was like, are we good? And Jordan just kind of made like a face. And then I think she said, we're good. But they both had these little expressions on their face, like, whatever, And you can see later on that Jordan still is kind of bothered by the situation with her and Summer. And so, but basically Jordan just feels like she violated her. And this is what I want to say about Summer. It was funny because that night Shanice was consoling Jordan, and Shanice said, yeah, well, I feel like she kind of did the same thing to me. And I'm like, I think you're kind of right. I feel like she poses as people's friend, but she's quick to be shady with people about stuff. And so I don't know. It's just kind of like, because then that's another thing. Summer is pretty shady, because so Bria has this whole thing, her little event called Bria's Day. And so for Bria's Day, Bria has like this outside like little event. It's like popcorn, it's eating outside. She brings some alpacas and stuff like that. And Summer gonna say, she was like, oh yeah, this reminds me very much of Coachella, after everyone's left. And I'm like, was that necessary? Because she said there's food all on the floor, there's food all on the ground, and this and this and that. She was like, yeah, it reminds me like Coachella after everyone's left. I'm like, girl, that was so unnecessary. Summer is shady, but this is what I don't like about Summer. When people give it back to her, she want to have a complete breakdown. So I don't know. Summer, I don't know about Miss Summer. She's probably going to be a problem. But we do, in this episode, we do get some more insight about Jordan. And it made me soften my heart about Jordan. A little bit, well, a lot. I mean, it's not like I never disliked her, but I just kind of feel like she was a shit starter. Her and Summer were shit starters. But Jordan talks about how she's basically had to kind of like be an adult her whole life because her mom passed away when she was 17. Oh gosh, what she say was the situation with her dad? Something she's got an estranged relationship with her dad, and then she had to like, and she's also taking care of her grandparents too. So I can kind of see why she'd be kind of like on the edge and not be really down with nothing extra for the bullshit. Like she just be just on edge and giving everybody the side eye all the time. And it's mostly probably because she doesn't get a chance to relax and kick back and have a good time. So she's probably just on the edge. And then she brings up the fact that she's single. And so, and I don't think she meant to like, oh, I need a man. But I think she means to like, I don't have nobody to lean on, So I feel like I'm always taking everything, all the weight of everything on my shoulders on my own. And so I felt my heart really, really went out to her for that, because I can only imagine that feeling. And I would say sometimes I feel that same way. So I can understand that with her. And so that situation happens. Then and some topics come up. They go out to dinner out like a bar or whatever. And this is where this is where the shit hits the fan, basically. So Jordan, no. Alex is telling Jordan like, man, we appreciate you bringing it up and telling us about your background, about your mom, and you having a strange relationship with your dad, and you have no. So he's like, I really feel like we really got to know you. Last year you didn't really open up that much, and this year we feel like we really got to know you. And so Jordan's like, pause, hold on. She's like, no, sir. The reason why you didn't get to know me last year because you had me messed up, because you had my friend messed up on the stuff that you did to her. And Jordan's referring to Shanice. So last year, Shanice was showing interest in Alex. Alex starts telling people that he ain't really feeling her because he found out she got some stalking allegations against her ex. And Shanice's ex is some type of is a celebrity, and I'm so mad at myself I can't remember who the celebrity was, but y'all can look it up. Her dude was some celebrity, and he accused her of being a stalker, and so it just got placard all over Google and stuff like that she's some crazy stalker chick. And Shanice is always, every episode, she's like, she don't like talking about her feelings. She just want to keep things light. So Shanice is kind of like the wild one. She don't never want to have real conversations. But she completely breaks down. She's like, your accusation and bringing that up, that traumatized me, because people were constantly searching on Google trying to figure out who I was, who my ex was. People I'm trying to date keep bringing it up, talking about, well, what's the situation about you being a stalker? He's still trying to tell people that I was a stalker. We went to court, and they said that that they found that I was not indeed stalking him. And then even after that, he's still trying to sue me. She's like, the whole situation was super traumatizing, and y'all bring it up. And then Alex was like, well, hold up, I wasn't the only one that brought that up. Jasmine and Nick brought that up as well. So, he's like, I'll take my role responsibility for saying something about it, but we weren't even going to talk about it. Me and Nick had originally talked about it. Me and Nick were like on the mindset we weren't going to bring it up. We was going to dead it. But Jasmine insisted that we bring it up and discuss it. And so then they do a little flashback to when they actually brought that conversation up for the first time. And Jasmine's like, no, let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. And she was like, and then that's when everything hit the fan. That's when everything went downhill. So everybody starts consoling Shanice, and not Nick, but Alex asked Shanice if she would be okay if he gave her a hug. And she was like, okay, or whatever. And everybody was like, well, that's a big deal, because Shanice don't like hugs. She don't like hugging people or whatever. So the fact that she's giving you a hug, that's a pretty good thing, and y'all can move on. So that was really good. That got resolved there. And then things break out with Bria. Oh my goodness. Bria sits there and she's like, she wants to bring up the whole fact that girl Mariah is coming. I'm like, what is the deal? Can somebody in the comments refresh my memory? about what the big deal is. All I remember is Mariah going off on Bria about that dog pooping all over the house, which the dog's still pooping all over the house. And that was it. Like, they had this big fallout, and Bria was like, oh, I feel so threatened. And then Jasmine chose to send her best friend home because Bria felt threatened. And I'm like, the girl didn't put her hands on you. I don't remember that. Like, why is it such a big deal? And she brings up against, like, I just feel so threatened. And it was so funny, y'all. Oh my gosh, it was so funny because everybody around the table, when Bria started talking and bringing that up, everybody was rolling their eyes. Like, everybody was looking like, oh my gosh, please not again. Everybody at the table was so done with that conversation. She gets all worked up. I don't understand why my feelings aren't being considered and this and this and that. And then Preston is like, in his like solo interview or whatever, he's like, girl, you always triggered. You always trying to act hood. You always getting up and leaving. Like, we just all over it, like everybody just kind of done dealing with you. And I can see how Bria can be draining sometimes because I feel like I really feel like her biggest issue is not Mariah. I feel like Bria's biggest issue is the fact that her her boyfriend Simon, ain't gonna be there, because they show earlier her and her boyfriend arguing about whether or not he was gonna come, and he's trying to tell, like, girl, I've been working 14-hour days. I am tired. I'm doing my best to try to find a flight, but they're super expensive. I don't think I'm be able to make it. So I think really she's irritated because her man ain't there. Like, Bria gives me very much, she's got to be, kind of like have a support system there. That's why she has that dog with her. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. It really ain't. If you feel like you need a support system because you have times where you feel insecure and you just need a support system, I get that. But don't make it seem like somebody else is the villain and you're just this damsel in distress. Because that girl, as far as I remember, that girl ain't did nothing to her. So this whole, oh my God, why is this girl coming? When then you trying to, as a counteract, trying to invite somebody who was, I don't know if he was physical with anybody, but I think he did try to get physical. He either got physical with Alex or Amir or something, the dude Phil. She trying to bring him to the house, and he's like obviously super like combative with everyone. I almost said aggressive, and I try not to say that when it comes to describing brown people, but he was super combative. And I'm like, you want him to come in the house so bad, but that girl Mariah is a no. You want him to come, but she's a no. Girl, bye. Please go sit down somewhere. And so her bringing that up makes Jasmine gets all upset. It's like, I've been constantly taking stuff on the chin with dealing with everybody and respecting everybody's feelings about stuff. But she says she's tired of considering other people's feelings over her own. And she felt like y'all all just left me out to dry. I came in this house not knowing if I had friendships or relationships with nobody except for Nick and Bria. And, ain't no one's considering my feelings and how I'm doing, checking on me. But everybody wants to come at me every time something goes down. And I just really wanted to have y'all support, and I'm not getting that from y'all. And so then everybody starts pausing, looking like, oh, dang, you might be right about it. You might be on to something about that. We've been completely just disregarding you. And if you see all these episodes up until now, at least until now, people have been kind of just blowing Jasmine off. It's like, if she ain't about to party and drink and turn up with us, we ain't got too much time for her. That's how I've been seeing it. So she had a very valid point. And this is pretty much where the show wraps up at. They did show where Jasmine was talking to her husband Silas about expecting, which they've been showing us little clues throughout the episodes that she's possibly expecting. And she said she was going to bring it up and tell everybody about it, but they never showed her doing that. So maybe the next episode she's going to bring it up and tell everyone. But yeah, I think her friend Jordan said she was expecting that from her, because she was like, that's just not normal for her to not drink at all. So, but yeah, so she's expecting. Congratulations to them. And I think in the next episode or so, other people are going to start coming into the house, and we're going to see how that's going to play out. But yeah, things are heating up, especially for it to only be supposedly their 6th day in the house, and they got like 9 more days to go. So All right, y'all, that's all from me. I hope you guys love this video, this reaction. Please leave a comment, please subscribe and give me a like, and check the show out if you haven't done so far, because it's pretty cool. It's light and airy and it's refreshing. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye for now.